In today's video, we're riding one of the most rugged trails in Minnesota, and we'll learn a little bit about the foundation that helped build it. It's time to check out Split Rock Wilds. Split Rock Wilds is located along the shores of Lake Superior, with the northern end almost at Beaver Bay and the southern end just kissing Split Rock Lighthouse State Park. If you've heard anything about Split Rock Wilds,
there's a lot of rock.
then you've heard it's rough, really rough.
This trail isn't for everybody, this is not, there's a lot of people who are just kind of overwhelmed by this trail.
That was Dave Cizmas. He's the recreation forester for Lake County and basically runs the trails at Split Rock Wilds. It was through Dave that Tracy Paradise and One Track Mind Foundation were brought into this project.
I'm Tracy Paradise. I'm the CEO of One Track Mind Foundation.
One Track Mind Foundation is a nonprofit organization that builds mountain bike trails. In my opinion, they build very good mountain bike trails. If you're a fan of this channel, then the OTM project you're probably most familiar with is the Monarch Trail System, including the recently completed Paradise Playground. But they've done projects all over the country. We're lucky that neither Tracy nor Dave are big football fans, because if they were, this partnership might never have happened.
I met Tracy, I was out on the Piedmont Trail System on Super Bowl Sunday.
David Cizmas and I met in Duluth while I was out fat biking on a Super Bowl Sunday.
Kind of getting the trail better so that we could get our groomers through areas without our groomers falling off the fat bike trails. And it was a warm day and this group rolled through and I'm like, what are they doing? It's too warm.
He started mentioning a project up in Two Harbors he's been working on, and I told him it was his lucky day.
Yeah, she decided she was interested and has helped us ever since.
And we, as riders, are benefiting from this serendipitous introduction. Split Rock Wilds is a rugged, technical cross-country trail with some beautiful scenery. You won't find big elevation gains or descents, but you will find a trail filled with punchy climbs, countless rock gardens, and techie beelines that are a lot of fun to figure out. I'll show you some of my favorites of those later in the video.
2020 we finished phase 1, which is the upper trail, which is people will know is the more challenging trail in the trail system. And then 2021 we built the lower trail, which is kind of the less challenging, the more intermediate level trail that kind of goes from Beaver Bay to the Split Rock Lighthouse State Park.
The initial build was completed by Rock Solid Trail Contracting, and you can see some of their signature rock work on display. Dirt Candy and Zenith Contracting have also contributed to the trail system. One of the missions for Tracy and OTM is to get young people involved in their projects. For Split Rock Wilds, they partnered with the Minnesota Conservation Corps, an organization that teaches youth leadership and environmental stewardship.
We have kids up there in the spring doing weed whipping, cleaning the trail up, getting it ready for the riders for summer. And then we have them come back up in the fall and they put the trail to bed usually in the fall. Our kids need this. They need to be outside and remember how to be a kid outside, learning, enjoying, and off their phones. I love it. And the Conservation Corps have been great partners on all of our projects.
So as a cross-country trail, fade to blue from the northeast to the southwest, I think is amazing. It's super physical. To ride it well, you have to ride. You need all your mountain bike skills in order to ride it well and ride it fast. And there's just enough areas to relax as you're going through, and then areas that you really got to work the bike to get through the rocks efficiently. And there's flow there. People will say, there's no flow. There's flow there. It's just you got to work for it.
Ooh. Black sand.
Favorite kind of feature trail is Black Sands. fun, low-speed tech. And it just, yeah, it's just really entertaining.
Riding this blind. Not bad, it's pretty fun. Woo. Fun. That's just not happening for me today. This is a reminder that this is not only a hard trail, but also an isolated trail. When I'm out riding by myself, I have no problem passing on features that I don't feel 100% on. I didn't get to step up, but let's see what the rest of this trail has to offer. You should treat this trail as a backcountry experience and plan accordingly. Sometimes when you're running solo, you gotta dial it back a bit and save the progression for when you've got some buddies with you. Couple of different lines through here. Let's see what we got. Woo! Almost ran into this grouse here. She's trying to lead me away from her nest, I'm assuming. Pretending to be injured. Seen so many grouse out this trip. All right, little bird, there you go. See you later. Joe's Diner.
Joe's Diner, which is a kind of on the Cove Point side of the trail system, which is I think now become famous, infamous. That's named after Joe, trail builder, and he came to me and he's like, you know, I don't know how I'm gonna build through here, and we could boardwalk it, and I'm like, what do you think we could do, Joe? He's like, I think we could build it with rock. And he did. In the stories, that every day that I came out there, he'd tell me a story about how the machine was almost crushed, or that how, you know, they had to scramble to move, you know, a rock out of the way that was moving the wrong direction. And yeah, it was they built it so quickly, but it is definitely one of those trails that you gotta ride. It's and if you can make it through the first time without dabbing, you should consider yourself a pretty good rider. It's one of my favorites.
So as you can see, this is a fun and challenging trail, but what I love most are the techie V-lines. They aren't long, but they often have multiple lines and are like little gravity puzzles that you have to figure out. I'm not sure what the name of this line is, but a tricky corner at the top and lots of exposure makes it a very satisfying line to ride. Phew! I found Diggendirt to be the most challenging of these little tech lines. It's steep with an awkward little turn in the middle.
Yeah, it's just pretty straightforward. Turn.
I rode it, but it wasn't pretty. Two to make it true.
I don't know if that felt any better.
And if you're a fan of tech trails, make sure you don't miss this little hub at the south end of the trail system.
Split Rock Wilds is a super, super cool project. It's one of my favorite projects because the terrain there is just awesome. And it's so diverse, so different than anything we've been involved in.
Woo! Rocky start. Maintain some momentum through here.
Being heavily involved throughout the entire project is something that's super important to One Track Mind. We don't just fund projects, we are involved from the beginning, from landowners, approvals, designs, builds. We look at bids from trail builders. We are involved with every aspect and work with our partners on getting the project going and finished. For me, partners are super, super important. I think having great partners has made our program amazing. You know, we've met great people, we have great partners, and we have great projects.
If you want to learn more about the One Track Mind Foundation and their mission, you can visit their website at onetrackmind.org. We'll have a link in the description below. There you can see past and current projects, find out how to pitch them on your own project, and most importantly, you can contribute to the foundation to help them continue building incredible trails. Thanks for watching.